A lot of business owners will learn by making mistakes, and sometimes they repeat the mistake to get the same lesson again, but it becomes very expensive as opposed to going to learn how to run their business.
Ich habe einen weiteren Gast hier, Paul Fagan aus Irland. Er ist seit über 20 Jahren Action Coach und wird uns ein bisschen was über sich erzählen und dann vor allem auch nochmal über ein paar wichtige Sachen rund ums Unternehmertum. Paul, thank you for being here. Funny story again, we heard the very first time from each other, I think now 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
You're from Ireland.
Yes.
I'm from Germany.
Uh-huh.
That's, I don't know, 1 to 2 hour flight. It took us a 28-hour flight to meet in person.
Yes.
Strange times.
Absolutely.
But it's nice to meet you now in person. And maybe you tell us a little bit about your 20 years of Action Coach.
Great, yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. We've the master franchise in Ireland. We've started it 20 years ago, so we're celebrating our 20th birthday here in Hawaii, which is just great. It's a super, super place. It's great to see the beautiful weather we have here, the beautiful hotel that we're in, and this is what we get to do in Action Coaches, come away and come to lovely conferences and lovely places and get lots of new learning and lots of new education, but recharge the batteries and re-energize the knowledge that we all need to keep going.
One thing I find very, very interesting about the Action Coach history in Ireland is your membership programs, or the Action Club programs, how it was used to be called. You enrolled how many people in the program already?
We had over 5,000 companies and business owners, as well as some of their team members, senior management team, or important team members joining those programs. We started them back 2012, so that's 10 years ago. And we ran them up to, I guess, just the beginning of 2019 is when we stopped doing them in person, and we're now doing some of them on a virtual basis. So with obviously the change that we've all been through in the last couple of years, we are doing a lot of our work now online using Zoom and using other technology. But we're really looking forward to getting back in person. Fingers crossed it's going to be okay, but obviously we don't know what the winter's going to bring us. So
yeah, we'll see that. And with all that experience, with all that many thousands of business owners that you met, what would you say is the one most important habit a business owner should have in order to be successful?
I think if I was to go through probably one that is really, really important is the knowledge, the continuous education of how to run their business. And a lot of people don't do any further learning. They go to university or they do a trade and a profession, and once they finish their last exam, they make this promise to themselves, let's throw away the book. I'm never going to read another book again in my life. And everyone says that. And because they say that, what happens then is there is no further learning. But being in business requires a lot of significant learning, and I think that's where businesses struggle. Like, they might struggle at sales, but they never think of, let's do a sales training course, or let's learn more about sales. So that's the biggest. It's the lack of the commitment to their continuous learning.
So this learn and then you earn, or learn before you earn story, you would say that's the most important thing?
I think it's a continuous thing. A lot of business owners will learn by making mistakes, and sometimes they repeat the mistake to get the same lesson again, but it becomes very expensive as opposed to going to learn how to run their business. And look, at Action Coach, that's what we do. We teach the business owners how to run their businesses.
So that's also the biggest failure, stop learning, or is there another thing that you would add on the list of potential failures?
I think not learning from the mistakes is a critical one, but not reaching out to ask for help, okay? Not turning to a business coach and saying, look, I can do my business so well, but I need some help to get it to another level. Can you help me? Well, we know we can help. So how can we get a business owner to actually just reach out and say, I need to get an action coach so I can grow my business faster?
Okay, so I don't dare right at the moment to ask a coach, but do you have a book that you would recommend as a starter?
A starter, I think one of our own books is probably, if we go for starter, and that is Instant Cash Flow by Brad Sugars. So I'm sure you'll give a link for people to go on to that, but it's Amazon. That's Instant Cash Flow. It teaches all the 365 different strategies to generate leads and increase profits in a business. It's a really very good fundamental book. I will recommend a second book to go with that, and that's called the E Myth. The E as in entrepreneur myth. And that's by a guy called Michael Gerber. That's a brilliant book. And every business owner that's read that book can identify that book was written for them. Everyone says, this book was written for me. Okay, so I think those two books are real core and real fundamental for people.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Very well.
One last question. We already started to mention this a little bit about coaching. Why should every business owner join the entrepreneurial club?
Oh, look, to me this is very easy. And let's go to Germany. So I was watching Eintracht Frankfurt this season in the UEFA Cup, and Eintracht and Bayern Munich or any great sports team has lots of coaches. They have a manager and they've got a coach for fitness, a coach for diet, a coach for tactics, a coach for mindset. They're surrounded by coaches, and that's why they're successful. If you take a golfer, you take Bernhard Langer, again, many years ago, great German golfer, he had other people, it wasn't just him. He had fitness coaches, had strength and conditioning, diet, everything. So a business owner is trying to run their business without anybody outside, and that just doesn't make sense. The pace of change in today's world is really, really fast, and most business owners are trying to do it by themselves. Okay, so you've just got to think that coaching is not just for sports, it's actually for business.
Coaching ist nicht nur für Sportler, sondern eben auch für Unternehmer. Was für ein cooler Schlusssatz. Damit haben wir mal in, ich glaube, 7 Minuten 20 Jahre Erfahrung zusammenfassen dürfen. Vielen lieben Dank, Paul, für das Interview und weiterhin viel Spaß auf Hawaii.
Thank you.